Camera number 122 of 365. It's the Canon AV1 and a fully automatic camera requiring batteries to operate like its predecessors. So let's just go ahead and put some batteries into the camera first of all. So the camera's batteries are found in this little chamber here. In fact, let's just show it's very easy to get out. Actually, just simply press the button down and you can see that it's a 6-volt battery, the PX281, and we place the positive terminal up. There is a little indication in the film chamber there, and then just close the door. I found the little sort of sports grip, as you would call it, very helpful actually when holding the camera. It was helpful to keep it nice and balanced, I felt. So looking on the front of the camera, the lens, which on this occasion is a 50mm f/d lens 1.8, is removed by pressing the button at the top. No, it's not, beg your pardon, correct that. It's actually on the lens. That's the auto exposure lock. I do beg your pardon. So to take the lens off, we simply press the button and rotate, he says. There we go. And then, as I mentioned, that's the memory lock, exposure memory lock, that is useful on those occasions that you need it. We also have a light for self-timer. Let's just demonstrate that. Now to put the self-timer, it actually has its own place on the dial there. We have to press the button down, which is like a lock, and then rotate it. And that gives us aperture priority self-timer mode. And then when we press the shutter release, we can watch it count down. And release the shutter. Excellent. Okay, so let's just put the lens back on. While we're on the dial, if we just return it back to A, it then becomes an aperture priority camera. We set the aperture the camera responds by setting the correct exposure with the shutter. The shutter speeds are down the right hand side and it's a match needle. And it shows us what the camera is thinking about in terms of exposure. We do have a 90th of a second for our flash synchronization, and we do have bulb mode as well. Okay. The shutter button does include a very helpful lock. We rotate it. We can lock our shutter button, which is a nice little feature, and our shutter counter and film wind on. Let's just do a couple of actuations. There we go. And then our hot shoe, and then on the other side we have the film rewind and the film speeds around the side, which have a lock. Okay, and then I believe that's a battery test button that we can use there. So lifting the film rewind crank opens the film chamber door and allows us to put our film in. And then when we finish the film, we simply press the button which disengages the film advance and then allows us to rewind our film into our canister. There is provision, as is all the case with the A series of cameras, Canon cameras, provision to fit a motor wind. I do have one, but I didn't feel the need to use it on this occasion. So that has been camera number 122 of 365, the Canon AV1.